Welcome to Deadlands Dime Novels, The Adventures of Young and Holt, Issue 8, Return to Sender. I'm your narrator, Ernest Wick, intrepid reporter for the Tombstone Epitaph. In this issue, Young and Holt return to Worthington, settle some affairs, and take a well-deserved rest and much-needed bath. But before we begin, I want to break the fourth wall just for a moment. In this issue, our players begin using two different products. One is a Savage Worlds adventure deck from Pinnacle. The other is the GameMastery Plot Twist cards from Paizo. Both of these products are used to enhance and make excitement in gameplay. Now, links to both of these products can be found in the show notes. Well, now that all those details are complete, let's see where Young and Holt are at.
Yes, so we're going to do a couple of things. So let's draw chips first.
Let's put it right next to the mic.
Always the most important. So, new wrinkle. Let's try this one out first. So this is the Savage Worlds adventure deck, and what this is, in essence, it gives you certain in-game mechanics that you can basically spring on anytime during the game. So it acts in a certain sense like a Benny, but it has different abilities. So you each get one.
Even the plot cards would be good for like me with flashbacks and old stories. I could just draw a couple of plot. And then it'd be like, oh, okay, I remember the story about. Oh. Yeah, that's kind of what I was thinking. If I'm having a problem coming up with something, I figured they were there as like creative juice.
All right.
That's why I picked them up. Because sometimes the creative well gets a little dry and you just need a primer.
Okay, then what we'll do is we'll do one adventure deck, and let's do three each. Just because I won't make you draw off the top. Because you're a gambler and you cheat, so obviously you draw from the bottom. So I will allow you to draw from anywhere within.
Cut the deck and then draw.
Yeah, there you go. Cut the deck and draw. You can draw a random card out of there, whatever you so choose. And Joshua, of course, I'll let you do the same.
Oh well, I always play by the books.
So do we get to look at these?
Absolutely, you get to look at them. So back to Worthington. It takes you, and it was a 3-day trip, if I remember correctly.
2 days from the house.
2 days from the house.
3 days from the mountains, yes.
Correct. Your 3 days go, thankfully, uneventfully. It's actually...
We ain't camping by no more water.
Why not?
We ain't camping by no more water.
Hope you bring a lot of water then.
Got a problem with water, Joshua?
Just running water out here.
It's actually, in the evening, it's almost a little bit disconcerting when you don't have any... interruptions at night, strange noises, rocks banging together, things rustling through the tall grass or the short grass or in nearby trees. It's welcomingly quiet by the time you come trip-tropping back into the city of Worthington.
So, 3 days.
3 days.
That means it's going to be 3 fatigue checks.
Okay.
These. Okay, first day. Yes. That's a 10. Second day.
Is this because you're resisting to the urge to drink?
Trying not to drink here.
Right.
That is a 9.
That'll definitely do it.
Is it getting easier? Is it getting easier? That last day.
Maybe.
Ooh, that's a fail. So that adds a fatigue.
Level of fatigue, yep.
I was already at -1. Probably traveling on the trip didn't make it go away because it was rough on the trail and camping at night, not a comfortable bed.
Yeah, I mean, you're used to it, but I think the events of the past few days have probably left a little bit of that with you.
All right, so I am at -2 and I roll into town. But that is a successful 5 days now.
So I remember Red Jet. Was he a mule?
Red Jet was a horse.
He was a horse. I thought for sure you got me a mule. That's why I was double checking.
No.
Okay.
I think that there was an option to get you a mule.
Yes.
But no, Red Jet definitely was your horse. And while we're at it, Porter, why don't you make me a riding check?
Oh, you mean a nothing
An
check.
untrained skill use? Yes,
That is correct.
Let's do that. But you do still get your wild die, so.
How about they must start 2, so 3.
3, by the time you do get into town, you have also gained a level of fatigue.
Oh, yeah. The only way to recover that is through rest.
Basic general rest, yes. So you're able to find Derek as easily as you want. It's pretty easy to find out I think he said he was going to stay at Tabby's, and if not, he told you he probably would be staying at Tabby's.
Drop the horses off the livery.
Yep.
Sling the saddlebag.
How long do you expect to keep these horses here, mister?
I don't reckon I know. At least a couple days.
That's all right. It's only going to be a quarter a day, and so shouldn't be too much of a problem. But you can come and saddle up. Clearly, you look like you just kind of came in, and it's all right. Yeah, it's a little dusty out there. How was riding out there? Which direction did you say you're coming from?
How old is the gentleman?
He looks like he's probably late teens.
Okay.
As he's kind of like desaddling your horses.
Son, we've been riding 3 days. I'm a little tired. I'm a little cranky. Don't want to put up with your questions.
All right. I'm just trying to be friendly.
Extra feed for my horse.
Yes, sir.
Throw him an extra quarter.
Oh, all right then. Boss just said I need to be, treat people good, so you can make sure that they feel that their horses will be safe. That's all. I don't pay no never mind to me. I'll stop talking and won't ask you any more questions.
Oh, I'm already out the door.
I'll just put him in stall number 3, if that's all right with you. Like your rounded hat, other mister.
I think I know how you feel now.
Ain't pleasant. Tell you what, though, good bath fix you right up. Straighter than rain.
I think that's a good idea. It's been a long couple days.
So,
Week.
Standing in the middle of the road,
Yes.
look at you, and then
Yes.
I'll look at one side of the road for Tabby's. I'll look at the other side of the road for
Gentry's number 6.
Number 6.
Yes.
Where are we hanging our hats?
Tabby's went well last time. No reason to change it up.
All right. Get into Tabby's.
Okay. It's same in here as what it was last time. Still wide variety of cats. In fact, it might look like there might be a couple more. You're not sure. They're all skirting about or hanging around or doing whatever it is really they want to because they're cats, so they can do that. Tabby herself is there, made up as usual. Far too much makeup on, and her wig. This is a different wig. You remember the female employee from Dilbert when she had the triangle-shaped hair?
Yeah.
It's a lot like that. I mean, it's not like hard-angled triangles, but it kind of has that same general shape. So it does kind of come to a bit of a point. It's like a faded blonde with some red and pinkish highlights in it. In a lot of ways, it almost looks like a really sad community theater wig that only ever gets used for plays nobody goes to.
I feel like we're back at the mounds again.
Huh. Ain't that something? Just can't quite take your eyes off of it. Tabby, as always, good seeing you.
Whoa, hello. You gents were just here a few days ago, right? Am I remembering right?
A few days ago.
Yeah, we got you a room. Well, the other gentleman got you a room, if I remember right, and then, he left town not too long ago. I think he went back east. I don't know how far back east he was going. He just said he was heading back east. Minneapolis, down there. Yeah, he did say that. It's Minneapolis.
And I think the East agrees with him more.
Well, yeah, his feet did look a little tender. So, you a little thirsty?
I'll slap a few bills down on the counter.
You look
and,
very thirsty.
Be like, a bottle in a room.
All right, you can absolutely do that. Oh no, I'm thinking of somebody else. Never mind. She reaches behind. She kind of pops the bottle down. Let me go check on the room, or I'll get it checked on. Cindy, these gentlemen here want a room. Go upstairs and check it out. She comes back and it's kind of hot today. It's probably upper 80s because it's still it's like mid-August, I believe, by now. And so she kind of grabs a rag and kind of like you can see some sweat coming out through some of the cake on her forehead. And she dabs her forehead, but she smears it a little bit, so her makeup on top is now smeared and just looks very off. But so what's the news? What's going on? It's going to be a few minutes. Cindy's got to make sure the room is clean. We be needing any girls at all, or are we okay? Are we okay in that regard?
I think we're fine. Are you fine?
Sure you don't want a girl?
I can handle myself, thank you.
I'll just leave that right there.
Yeah, I think I'll just not make a comment on that one.
Put my saddlebag on, or my
where
saddle with the bags on one of the bar stools, and put the rifle down so that I'm not like hanging onto this, getting ready to take it up to the room.
Okay. Tabby does put her hand on your shoulder, and she says, "There ain't no shame in it. It gets lonely on the trail. It's all right." Anyway, so what's the news?
We didn't have much on the trail. Nothing happened there. Anything going on new around here? It's been a few days.
Yeah, it's been a few days. Not too much. So we had a few days ago, I think some of the loggers, they came in on leave. That was maybe for about a day or two, so things got a little, kind of whoopee, kind of up and up. But nothing untoward.
No more train robberies?
No, that's right. You gentlemen were on that train, weren't you?
That's correct.
Yeah. Well, I don't remember what was your recollection of the man who got taken though? I don't. There's some right. Is that's the right of it, isn't it? Somebody got taken.
Right.
He was a tall gentleman, right? Really long hair.
I think so.
Of course, I'm getting older. My memory could be failing me.
I was taking cover most of the time, so I didn't get a good look at him.
Well, that's probably a smart move on your part. With them Sioux Raiders, they are.
Somebody was saying they weren't Sioux.
I heard that too. I find that hard to believe, though.
Why is that so hard to believe?
It's hard to believe for me because, well, I've always been from the school of if it looks like a duck and it walks like a duck and it swings a tomahawk like a duck, well then clearly it's a duck. And in this case, that's exactly what everybody said that those raiders were doing.
But they had guns.
Well, the engine's been known to use guns from time and again.
I'll take the tomahawk off my belt, set it up next to my rifle, look at her and go, quack, quack.
I think he's saying he's a duck injured.
Well, did you get that off of you must have got that off of some an engine that you scrapped with.
No, this was a gift from a chief.
Flipping a card. I like it.
This is when I start backing up slowly because I know exactly what story he's about to tell. I'm like, I'm going to go see about getting a bath.
This is a beloved tale of mine about how I saved one of the lesser-known chiefs of the Sioux, and he gifted me this tomahawk.
Oh. Yeah. How exactly did you go about saving this?
There was a army unit that was harassing the Sioux up around. I forget the name of the mountains they were around.
Okay, all right.
They were guarding some mines up there. Claim jumpers and prospectors mining where they came, and they get a little about that.
Sure. Oh yeah.
But army moved in, and I think they didn't like the way that this particular chieftain was handling running people off. So things got a little violent. He got shot a little bit, but I stepped in, helped him out. Didn't think he was getting treated that fair, and
you didn't think the chief was getting treated that fair by the army, by the good Union soldiers.
Well, sometimes soldiers like to overstep their authority.
Yeah. Well, her eyes kind of go towards some of the girls in the saloon, and then she kind of gets a sadder look on her face. She goes, I understand. Yeah. All right. Well, you have me convinced. So
how about those rooms?
Well,
I'd like to throw this gear up there and maybe go down to the bathhouse and soak.
Yeah, as soon as Cindy gets done, well, if you want to just grab a table, but you think that they weren't Sue then? I mean,
that's what somebody was saying.
But what do you think?
Oh, I don't know.
When you've been around, you look like you've been around. What does your friend think?
I think.
Why are you over there?
Sue really don't come down this far south, do they?
Well,
in mass.
Well, that's true. I can't deny that. That is true. I mean, we're close. Well, we're not close. We're still a few days out from their borders, if you want to call that. It's not like they've got a fence up or anything, but yeah, they don't normally stray this far out. That's true, but that doesn't mean that they can't. I'm advocating for the devil, I guess. Let's just put it that way.
Well,
primps up her weight
I can advocate for the devil too, and you say they can't. Well, normal men could dress up as Sue the same way.
Yeah. Well, I can't dispute that.
Lots of things in this world are possible. Some things we don't think are possible.
Hell, our country was founded by people who they started off. They dressed up like Indians and dumped tea. I guess you got a point. All right. Well,
I'm quiet over there.
Oh, I've stepped away. I heard the story. I just kind of looking around the tavern to see if there's anyone eyeing us. I guess I'm just
make me a notice. Well, there are a few people here because it's about. It's a little past midday. The lunch crowd has wandered out at this point, but there's maybe all told 5 people. So I mean, it's a light crowd for in here. Absolutely, there when they were getting into when Joshua was relating his tale, and they were having their discussion of Sue, not Sue. That is the question. At least one of them you saw, because he was kind of sitting back, his head kind of leaned down, just kind of minding his own business. Maybe he had a little book open in front of him, but he kind of looked up, like he was just noticing the conversation. Then he looked back down. He might look back up again, but he wasn't like he was intently staring. But he was. He seemed like he had at least a passing interest in what was being said. I'm going to go and see if anybody of these other gentlemen need any help, but just wait right here. Cindy will come down when your room is ready, once she checks it out. But enjoy your stay.
Thank you.
Of course.
Staring at the bottle. Put the bottle in my saddlebag.
You could drink it right now.
Yeah, I could. Tastes better after a good bath, though, right?
Getting into a bath while nicely buzzed be good too.
I was a little tipsy heading there last time. Don't need to make that a habit.
About a minute or two after that, a woman approaches you. Obviously, it's Cindy. She says, "Misters, your room is ready. It's all clean in there. I got a basin that's filled. It's not hot water, but it is filled with water for you. And there's a couple of towels. So, and here's the key. There's a key. If you need anything, of course, just ask Tabby, and I'll be walking around here as well."
Thank you kindly.
Of course.
Let's get a room.
Gather my possessions and head up.
All right.
And I left $5 on the bar to cover rooms and bottles just in case.
She absolutely took it.
I'd say that's probably more than enough, but I'll take it.
Yeah. The room is almost exactly like the one that you had last time. And there's one room for the both of you, right?
I'll go one room.
Okay.
Can't get ambushed then.
Not a problem, but
you may not have noticed, but I'm a heavy sleeper.
Yeah. What?
yeah. He snores a lot, and you can't hear him snore, so it works out great. Yeah, it's best roommates ever. Of course, there's like a coat rack in there. There's also like a little wardrobe. Thank you. There's a wardrobe there.
Wouldn't happen to have a saddle stand, would they?
There is not a saddle stand in there.
I'll turn the chair around backwards. There's a chair in there then.
There is a chair.
Throw it over the chair.
I'll help because I have one too. Stow the shotgun backpack of stuff.
Yeah,
in there.
Rifle in the back of the wardrobe and put the saddlebags and stuff in front of it. Undo 2 gun belts. Leave those in there as well.
I keep forgetting how many guns you have. Do you ever need to reload?
Yeah.
I mean,
takes a while to get there and to reload.
So, we're meeting Derek at some point. Maybe tomorrow?
Sure.
So, just kind of relax tonight?
That's what I'm planning on doing. Now that I got gear stowed in the house, headed to the bathhouse, have a good soak, and then maybe a game of cards.
Oh, definitely a game of cards. I've been missing that. I need that. And we're getting a little low on money. Maybe spend it all. I'm a crappy horse.
So you gonna make your way to the bathhouse?
Yeah.
All right.
I'm keeping my eyes out this time on the way, looking for the gentleman that assisted me last time. See if he's on the street.
You make me a notice roll. Let's see.
Nope.
There are certainly people on the streets, but nobody seems to be, or at least as far as you can tell, nobody seems to be paying you any sort of more mind than anybody else.
Did you ever tell me that you had spotted them on the streets?
Nope.
That's what I thought.
But when we were outside the mounds,
you did mention
you would have heard
recognized
me.
them.
Yeah.
But I wouldn't have probably gotten the reference that you made.
No. You just know that he assisted me to the bathhouse. That's what I said, outside the mountains, I believe.
In that case, I'll be keeping an eye out, too. Because I'm paranoid at this point. We got jumped in the mounds. 5.
You don't notice anybody looking at you weird. As you're coming back, you kind of make eye contact with this other individual who's coming up the street. And he makes eye contact with you as well. And as soon as you do that, it's one of those things where you kind of see each other, and then he alters course a little bit to kind of intercept, not necessarily, but kind of get in your path a little bit. It doesn't seem like aggressive or anything. In fact, as you get a few steps closer, he actually looks like a preacher. He's got a kind of a thicker beard, but it's well groomed. His hair is slicked back on top. Afternoon, gentlemen.
Afternoon,
Reverend.
Nice to meet you. I don't think I recognize you. You must be
just rode in.
Okay. I was gonna say probably just transferring through or coming up, but you also don't look like loggers.
Nope.
All right.
We were just on our way to the bathhouse because cleanliness next to godliness.
That is true. That's true. I'm just kind of making my way around. Of course, tomorrow, Sunday, the Lord's Day. So if you'd like, the church is, and he kind of points further back down the street away from the bathhouse. If you just go across the stream, we're up just right past over the hill over there. Would love to see you in church if you can make it. I always like to go around because we get a lot of transients that come through town. And I always looking to...
How big's your flock, Reverend?
Oh, there's not too... As far as the population of Worthington, there's not that many.
No, not the population of Worthington.
No.
Faces on Sunday.
Oh, how many do I get? Oh, I'd say we probably... I feel good if we get about a good 30 souls in there.
How big is Worthington? If I could make an estimated guess, how many people are in Worthington?
If you made a guess, you'd probably say the population couldn't be more than maybe 100, 125 tops.
Okay.
And as far as directly in town here, it's probably really maybe only about 50. It's very small. Small but growing.
Yeah.
But yeah, well, I'm actually making my way up to the loggers camp just so they know. And sometimes the foreman there doesn't let them get away on Sundays, and so I like to do a little bit of Saturday kind of service sort of thing. But we always Sunday at 9 a.m. If you're staying at either of the saloons, they'll wake you up in time for you to get there. So. But, something to think about. He kind of pats you on your shoulder. Always happy to see other faces there. And for those who are kind of making the way around here, there's a lot of dangers out there.
Okay.
And it's always good to have good words of the Lord as a little bit of extra protection. But I don't want to get in the way of a good bath.
Much obliged.
Like you said.
Needing it, a little weary.
That's fine. See you tomorrow. He walks off.
I don't run into too many of them. Seems like a nice guy.
They always are.
Huh. So the bath.
Yep.
Sandy Suds and Such. Thank you.
At the end of the street.
I love alliteration.
Right? Isn't that just the best? One thing that you notice about Sandy Suds and Such that you didn't before, she spells it with 2 E's instead of a Y.
It's funny because I wrote it down with an IE.
It smells just as good in here as you remember it smelling last time. In fact, it actually smells a little bit better now that you're 5 days sober. The sandalwood, and maybe there's a little bit of lavender kind of flowing through here, but it's definitely a thick sense, or a thick scent of incense. It is immediately kind of calming once you both come in here, and it's got some good mood lighting. It's a surprisingly well-built thing as far as there's not like serious gaps in between the planks for rays of sunlight to get in. So it's kept pretty tight.
Why don't you get it set up? I need to visit the outhouse.
I can do that.
Sandy comes walking around. He didn't want to stay. He changed his mind.
No, he's coming back.
All right. What do we want, gentlemen? Or what do you want?
What do you got?
Well, we got a lot. First of all, I would encourage you to take a good inhale of the smells in here. Now, this is just a sample.
That's strong.
Well, we try and keep it strong. No offense, good sir, but when you and I'm sure your friend is no slouch either, but when gentlemen like yourself come in off the trail, you have your own special scent, and it's not appealing to most folks, which is part of the reason why you come.
And that's exactly right.
Yeah. So we've got, we can get you just a regular old bath, if that's what you like. We can get a bath where you can scrub yourself, hard or soft scrub. You can get a bath where you can get the full service scrub from one of our lovely licensed and bonded bathiers.
Can I get for him the best you can get?
Of course.
With as much service as possible.
What scents would you like? Because we can add scents and smells into the water. We can do everything from a masculine musk to a feminine fragrance. Should that tickle your fancy?
Let's go with the second one.
The second one? All right.
I want the first one.
You want the first one?
Yes.
Okay. Something along the floral or fruity variety for that first one?
I think, I think the fruity would be very good.
Perfect. Hard or soft scrub?
Oh, definitely hard.
Hard scrub for both? All right.
Yeah.
All right. Will you be able to bathe yourself, or would you like an assisted bath?
Oh, he definitely wants an assisted bath.
He wants an assisted bath. All right. When he gets back out, we'll get that. When he comes back in from the outhouse, we'll get set. We'll get that set up for him.
I'll be okay.
You'll be okay.
Yes.
All right. Drink service.
Yeah, he's definitely gonna need drink service. Actually, I would like a little too.
All right. Excellent. Do you just want some beer, or would you like some whiskey as well?
I'll stick with beer.
All right. We can do that.
You'll have to ask him for beer or whiskey. I'm sure he has a preference.
All right. That's not going to be a problem. Why don't you... Oh, I'm sorry. A new feature we just added within the last week. We can get you heated towels with a lovely menthol treatment. It's good for the sinuses. Keeps them clean.
We definitely both want those.
Definitely both want the towels. All right. So! All right. Sue kind of comes scrambling in. Yes, miss. These gentlemen here, what would you put him... You guys are you guys going to share the same?
No.
Separate. All right. Put him in 3, him in 4, and then here's the list of what each one of them gets. Go ahead and get Sadie and Shirley started. Get some assistance from them.
Sue, Sadie, Shirley, Sandy.
And then we'll just have a seat right there.
Is there a Cheryl here too?
Actually, we had a Cheryl here. She didn't work out. She couldn't see things the way I was wanted to get them done. So,
understandable.
Gonna need a bath after that outhouse.
Well, you're in luck. Your friend took care of you here, sir.
He always does.
That's good. You just have a seat. It'll just be a couple of minutes. They're going to get the water drawn. You're lucky. Normally, it takes a little bit of time to get the tub filled with the hot water, but just for you, you timed it right. We've already got all that kind of preheated, so it won't take. Yeah,
sounds great.
Absolutely.
Start packing my pipe.
Yeah, your friend here said drink service. Would that be whiskey or beer?
He knows me well.
Yes, yeah,
bottle of whiskey.
All right. And I'm sorry, and you said beer, sir?
Yes.
All right. There's a couple of, there's like a kind of a waiting area. It's got a couple of benches. There is a table, and there's plants and things. It's like she's trying to create some sort of Zen-like environment, but it's not perfect, but it is her best effort. Mm-hmm. And there's a few copies of a couple of newspapers, and then it looks like somewhere in there's some pamphlets also kind of tucked in there as well.
How old's the oldest or newest newspaper? Right?
How old is the newest newspaper? I
don't know how often it comes out for this case.
It is 3 days old. It is a copy of the Worthington Advance.
I will peruse the newspaper while I'm waiting.
You're flipping through. You read a couple of stories. There is you read you read a little bit of it anyway. There was a recent robbery of a bank in Minneapolis.
How long does it take to get Minneapolis from here?
From here, it's a ride, but it's not insurmountable.
Well, how about this? If I could make an estimate, would Gregory have been in Minneapolis by the time the robbery happened?
No.
Okay.
He would not have been. There is reports of a sickness.
Oh, work for you.
Yeah, I got a card for you. Use a card for me. Of actually a number of individuals have fallen ill in the city of Sioux Falls, which is kind of in the disputed lands. The story talks about at least 24 people falling ill to something that officials there believe is probably it's either smallpox or some form of the plague or some other nasty condition, warning those who might be on their way to this city. You're almost in kind of a straight line to Sioux Falls. It's just a skosh south of you, and there's a few other interesting various stories about back east about some things going on there. Rumors of a flare up along the Mason-Dixon line, but that's way more out east.
That's not my concern.
Nothing.
That's not interesting.
No.
You spoiled me with your stories.
Takes a while to get a repertoire of stories.
Make me a notice roll, Porter.
Notice.
Ooh, 5.
You're kind of thumbing through, and you're like getting through this boring stuff on the East Coast, and you're about to put the paper down, and you catch sight of a name that you recognize. So you start reading it, and you realize that this person was one of your train hopping buddies from your past, and he was caught in the city of Fargo, attempting to hop a train illegally to the city of Deadwood, and he is there and currently awaiting trial.
It was at this point that one of our players decided to play a plot twist card, affecting the events at hand in a rather interesting way. A way that may have repercussions going forward.
Switch that to a she.
She, all right. Her name is Regina Jackson, but she's listed as, ooh, I'm finally reading this card. Okay. I thought this was just a straight up like switch gender of a no. Well. All right. So Regina, and then she goes by, her nickname is, how about Regina the Red Jackson? Yeah, Regina the Red Jackson was recently caught in Fargo trying to hop a train to Deadwood. She is currently awaiting trial. She is known, the story of course goes on to say, and this is information that you already knew, she's known as Regina the Red because of her red hair that she has. She's also had been connected to a few crimes back in the past. So there was a slight bounty on her, but it was nothing. She wasn't an outlaw by any means. I mean, I guess technically she was an outlaw, but nothing where her crimes were too serious. Let's put it that way. She's robbed a couple stages, or maybe made off with some money,
but no one killed
from trains. No, but she's not like a known murderer or anything like that. Your bath is ready, gentlemen.
Can I take this with me?
Well, of course. Just don't want to get in the tub.
Oh, of course not.
So you were taking to room 3. You were taking to room 4. You walk in, Joshua. You walk into your room. It smells of roses and carnations. It also has a nice fruity kind of scent there as well.
The scent triggers my memories of a lost loved one.
Is it your female minor?
Yes.
Minor companion?
Yep.
Okay.
Because of that, yeah, I'm gonna crack the bottle.
Okay.
Start getting lost in memories.
All right. We'll say someone different comes in the room. It's Sarah. And you immediately kind of go for the bottle, and the scent just hits your nostrils and everything, and you can see the steam kind of rising up.
Thinking about her, and I grab the bottle, and I pop the cork on it, right? And I'm getting ready to take a drink, and I see her, and I kind of get angry because I'm already fatigued and tired, and now I'm reminiscing, and I'm just going to yell, "Get out!" and chunk the bottle at her.
She just was scrambling out, shuts the door behind her. You're left alone there with a broken bottle. Whiskey's dripping down the door. Steam coming up off the tub.
Soaking in the tub. Lost in memory.
We'll get back to you in a second, Joshua.
Yes.
So, and you were brought into number 3. The scent in here, it's a bit more of a musk. It's almost along the lines of like an English leather sort of scent in here. And Sue says, your towels are over there. There's 3 bottles, and there's like a little tray kind of hanging off the side of the tub. There's 3 bottles there. If you need anything, just ring that bell right there.
Sounds great.
Scrub brushes there. Oh, and one more final thing, sir. Careful of the stones. You don't want to burn yourself. Those stones are very hot. And you look, and your tub is kind of surrounded with these stones used to help keep the tub warm.
Okay.
And with that, she kind of turns and shuts the door.
I'm going to play this
right.
now that I'm reading the story.
This is the card Regret.
I'm just going to kind of think back to maybe misadventures or the fact that she didn't come along with me when I finally left. Probably what happened, knowing me and the fact that I'm a total coward, is that she had something big planned. And I bailed before maybe she hadn't told me yet. But I'd heard through the grapevine this was happening, and I was a total coward and bailed on it. And maybe that's part of the reason why I'm kind of looking for adventure, is so I don't make that mistake again.
Okay.
And now that it kind of faded in the excitement of things that have happened, and now that I've seen the name again, it's coming back.
All right, so you're basically bathing in a pool of your own regret and misery as you...
That's right.
And so you just kind of sit back and then just kind of let things flow over you as you kind of feel your body begin to relax.
I might take a nap.
The hot water. You absolutely can do that. Joshua, you're going to get in the tub, or are you just...
Yeah, I'm going to soak.
Okay. You're in there for maybe about 30 seconds. The door comes open, and Sandy's got a shotgun leveled at you. Now that I have your attention, sir, I don't know what the deal was. Your friend requested for you to have somebody to get you scrubbed down. It's fine if you don't want it, but it's not fine for you to be throwing bottles at my girls. Now, thankfully, you had a shitty aim, and looks like we just got a little bit of wood treatment there. Sarah's outside the door here, and she would, and she just cocks one hammer back in the shotgun, and I would appreciate an apology for your actions. You're welcome to stay in the tub once said apology has been rendered.
I'll stand up Because I'm still in my long johns.
That's right, because you're Joshua the Never Nude. That's right. All right, excellent. You stand up and she raises her right eyebrow. It just totally spocks up like that. Sarah? She just kind of reluctantly kind of comes around. She does not look like she wants to be here either, but Sandy just kind of glares at her. By all means, proceed.
You know what? I'm going to make a persuasion roll.
Okay.
Just to see how bad I messed this up.
Excellent.
Is this fatigue god yet?
No. Oh, no.
Boy, my memories are going to be shotgunned away.
All right. So that was a 3 and a 1.
Oh, well,
perfect.
So -2 is a 1. Ma'am, I am darn sorry that I missed you with that bottle. I shouldn't have thrown it in the first place.
Sandy's eyebrow kind of stays up. Sarah, she brought her gaze up to meet you when she did that. And she just kind of, oh, okay. You hear her kind of whisper to Sandy, he's still wearing clothes.
And I'll splash back down in the tub.
Sandy.
Thinking that I'm done.
Yep, and Sarah runs off. Sandy releases the hammer. That'll do, I guess. Not the best, but judging by someone in your state, I'll take that. Have a good bath. She just kind of puts the shotgun over her shoulder, shuts the door. Damn cow punchers.
All Porter's fault. It's all my fault. Didn't even get to use the service I paid for. You kicked her out before she did anything.
The scrub brushes prove very hard,
Nice.
very abrasive.
Just the way I like it.
Yep, you are both raw pink messes, or clean messes.
Long johns are clean too now.
Very clean, yes, absolutely. But you're welcome to stay in there. You can work through all 3 bottles if you like. You've already worked through your bottle, so you're good there.
I'm not working through 3 bottles.
Okay. By the time you wake up and dry off, get yourself reclothed, you can easily lose 1 level of fatigue. It is very comfortable, very comforting.
Oh, how much is it going to cost, by the way?
It's a good question.
A little more now.
Yeah.
Thanks.
So, Porter, do you want to be shave, or do you want to shave yourself?
I am celebrating partially.
All right.
Amidst my regret, I'm celebrating I had an adventure, so I'm getting shaved.
Excellent. All right. Sue comes back in, and she's got the shaving stuff after you've been in there. Oh, you're finally awake. Excellent. I came in here earlier. You were asleep.
I'm sorry.
No. I didn't want to disturb you, and so I'm glad you had a chance to nap. You get a very good, clean, close shave. Feels good. She actually puts a towel on afterwards. She takes the towel. If you hadn't used it, I'm assuming you've used it a little bit already.
Yeah.
So then she takes the towel, puts it up on the hot stones to get it warmed back up a little bit, and once you're shaved, then puts it on your face, and you just kind of feel all your pores just kind of go as they open up.
Now I know I need to gamble some more tonight. Get some more cards in. Otherwise I'd never be able to pay for this.
Actually, it's only $2 per person for all the extra services you got.
I mean in the future.
You found something you like.
That's right.
She gives you a very nice practiced smile and wink on when she's done. Come back anytime, but finish up your bath, and you're welcome to leave whenever you like.
Thank you very much.
Of course.
So, I'm going to jump back here to the article about Regina.
Yes.
So she got caught. Did it say what's going to happen to her?
She got caught for train hopping. The article does say that because of her past record, that the Iron Dragon representatives in Fargo are pushing for hanging because of all the other things that she's done. As they have reason to believe that
I know where I'm going.
that she has hopped several trains, Iron Dragon trains in the past, and probably is involved in some robberies that have occurred on Iron Dragon train lines. As the two of you are coming out of the bathhouse, a familiar face approaches you, and it is Runzed Deer. He's all dressed in his white man's clothes. Nice black vest, white shirt, very clean, very pressed. His hair, again, is just as shiny as it was when you first met him, and it's down. And he does have a gun and holstered at his side.
Mr. Deer, how's the leg?
Much better, thank you. How was the bath for the two of you?
Somber.
I'm glad to see that both of you made it. You went to the mounds.
Absolutely. There's no one around, right? I look afterwards.
There's people around, but not for the tone and the level that you're speaking at. Nobody can hear you.
I said absolutely.
Okay.
And then I'm like, looking.
Did you find what you were looking for?
Got you a little something.
I hope you didn't get me anything from inside.
I give him a wink.
Well, as long as whatever you got me doesn't come from those smoke wagons on your hips, it'll be a good gift.
You have the arrowheads. I'm not.
Yeah, it's back in the room.
Oh, it's
in the saddlebag, so I can't give it to him now. But I was going to give him an arrowhead.
Yeah.
One of the really big arrowheads.
Do you play cards?
I have played cards from time to time, yes.
Well, let's move this conversation to a table.
Wow. Well, that's kind of what I was coming here to find. You're free to do what you like, of course, but Mr. Ingersoll.
It's America.
Well, congratulations on that.
Ooh, the tension. I think we need to play some cards with this man.
Make him angrier?
Yeah. He'll love it when I cheat him out of his money that I paid him.
Take more away from him?
Yeah, exactly. You'll take your land, and I'm taking your money. He says, Mr. Ingersoll knows you're here, and he wants to meet with you, but we learned that you're at the baths, so whenever you
travels
want.
fast.
Oh, we talked to Tabby.
Tabby talks fast.
She can, at times. Whatever you want to do. I mean, I'm just bringing the message.
Well, maybe Derek would like to play some cards. I'm sorry, Mr. Ingersoll. How's his young companion?
She's well. He has found a person to care for her, so he doesn't have to do his best, I guess.
Mighty nice of him.
He did have concern for her. He's sitting back at Tabby's, but whatever you want to do. I just told him I would deliver the message. But if you are going to play cards, yes, I might have a little bit of time.
Sounds like a good plan to me.
To Tabby's.
Well, now that they are all cleaned up, time for Young and Holt to take care of their business with Mr. Ingersoll. We'll find out how that goes, plus what Porter decides to do about Regina the Red in Issue 9, The Deadwood Job. The part of Joshua Young is played by Brent Rich. Porter Holt is played by Brad Smith, and your intrepid Marshal is played by Chris Hussey. Deadlands and Savage Worlds are the property of Pinnacle Entertainment Group. Learn more about their great games at their website, peginc.com. And of course, thanks always to our friends at Fear the Boot. Support their Patreon at patreon.com/feartheboot. A special note about some of the sound effects in this issue. They are courtesy of Plate Mail Games. Learn more about these treats for your head handles at platemailgames.com. And of course, if you enjoy Deadlands and you want a little bit more, might I suggest you mosey on over to soundslikecrows.com. Over there, you can listen to the exploits the Crowe Brothers find themselves in. And of course, that's Crows with an E. I'm Ernest Wick for the Tombstone Epitaph. And remember, You have to know the ropes in order to pull the strings.